All right. I'm live. What's going on? Let me close the door. Jeez. Man, it's been a day. Let me tell you, it's been a day. Evolve's here. He'll be in here in a second. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about the wasted vote fallacy, but let me tell you something. This computer right here. So I don't know if you've noticed, but the sound is pretty bad on it. So I found out one of the speakers doesn't work. So I called technical support, and I'm trying to explain it to them. They get rude with me, and then they tell me that a technician is going to call me back in 2 days, and they hang up on me. I'm like, what? So then 3 or 4 days goes past. I call Costco where I bought it, and I'm like, hey, can I come return this thing? I bought it in December. Can I come return it? And he's like, yeah, you come. You're still within that time period. So I go there. I go to the counter, and they're like, oh, no, you're outside the 90 days. You can't return it. But when I called them, I was like, I'm going to wipe the hard drive. So I want to make sure I can return this thing, right? So I backed everything up. Then I wiped the hard drive to take it in. So then they said no. So I bring it back, and I'm like, man. So I'm trying to reinstall everything. And the backup drive that I have, I was trying to reinstall the image file, and it crashed. So now I lost everything. Everything that was on this computer, gone. That's videos, just like a few things were actually transferred or whatever, and that was it. Why am I not seeing comments? Oh, okay, there we go. I'm very blurry. Okay. Am I very blurry? I forget how this. So I was actually lucky that I have StreamYard installed, because otherwise I don't have OBS anymore. Nothing. It's all gone. So let's see what it looks like on YouTube. Wow, it's all doing the same thing it was doing last time, man. Yeah, it's horrible. Same old stuff. Let me drop it to 480 and see if that helps. Nope, doesn't look like it helped. Doesn't look blurry on my screen. I don't get it, man. I guess that's a little bit better, as long as I don't move, right? Yeah, so all my Spike Cohen talking about fair tax, huh? Might have to check that out here in a second. I don't know.
Evolve will be here in 2 minutes.
Okay. I don't know. It looks like it cleared up a little bit. It looks as bad as it does on my screen now, at least. The green screen is horrible, man. I cannot. So yeah, I just basically threw all this together last minute. And hopefully it sounds and is working all right. As I don't know, I did the best I could, I can say. That's it. So I guess dropping it down to 420 actually helped it. No. So this is one's the same thing. I need my glasses. Trying to get the background music going. There we go. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's good for me. I got lights. I don't know what. I think I'm just too close or something. I don't know. Too close to the green screen right here. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. So me and Chewbacca, I just killed Chewbacca. That's pretty much how my days went. Okay. It's not funny. It's not funny. And now your comments aren't coming up here. Okay, there's your man. The comments are delayed. This is like ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Why is it? There's a big blue spot up there. I don't know. Quality of these videos keeps getting worse and worse, man. Let's watch Spike's video. Why did it switch back? Oh, I guess I can't be logged on to. Whatever. Oh, this one's really short. Why can't I hear it? Can't hear it though. So let's check with the great and terrific speakers. Because the speakers are wrong. All right. We're gonna go full screen. Share screen. Screen to share. Boom. See, Spike's real crystal clear, right?
Do you support a fair tax? And for those who don't know, a fair tax is a kind of nationwide sales tax that also includes a prebate for families based on family size. So it's a restructuring of how taxes are created.
Sure, I'm for a fair tax as long as it's 0%. No such thing as a fair tax.
Literally the best way to answer that.
That's funny. That's funny. Anyways. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the wasted vote fallacy. So you've heard it said time and time again, if you are a libertarian or if you generally vote for third parties in presidential elections, everybody likes to tell you that you're wasting your vote. You're wasting your vote. Oh, I'm going to vote for Joe Jorgensen. Oh, you go ahead and waste your vote. So let's put that into context. When was the last time a Democrat won Texas? I'm just using Texas as an example, and I just happen to live here, and it really applies in El Paso. So when was the last time a Democrat won Texas? It's been decades and decades and decades and decades. So chances are Trump's going to win Texas, period. I mean, so according to these people's concept, a vote for Biden in Texas is wasting your vote, because the only vote that counts is the electoral vote that goes to select the president. And the electoral vote is based off state, and you have to win the state in order to win the election. So when was the last time a Republican won California? So literally, if you vote for Trump in California, you're wasting your vote. And if everybody that was wasting their vote on Trump or Biden voted for Joe Jorgensen would probably win. So she wouldn't win, but she'd definitely get a whole lot of millions of votes, because you still got to win the Electoral College. Or if you remember my last video, Joe Jorgensen doesn't actually have to win the Electoral College to win the election. All she really has to do is stop Biden or Trump from winning the Electoral College. Then it goes to the House of Representatives, where each state gets one vote for president, and they have to agree on who they're going to vote for. And every state has a mix of Democrats and Republicans in it, in the House of Representatives, the Congress. So like California is primarily Democrat, but it has some Republicans, congressmen. So you'd have to get those Democrats would have to get that Republican to agree to vote for Biden, which would be political suicide for him. So he wouldn't do it. So then they would be deadlocked. And if they're deadlocked, then so the House picks the president, the Senate picks the vice president. So if the deadlocked come January 20th, which I think is Inauguration Day or whatever, the day that the president is supposed to take over, then whoever the Senate picked for vice president is who would be president. And I guess we would just not have a vice president, or that person would be able to pick who their vice president was. So, of course, one party is going to be very, no, we are absolutely not going to let this go to the Senate. So it would cause this big craziness to happen. And all she's got to do is win enough states to ensure that neither Biden or Trump can get 270 electoral votes. But the wasted vote. So here's another thing. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it here. Is another thing about the wasted vote thing, right? So there's a couple reasons or whys we vote, right? So the number one reason is that we are supposed to select the person or vote for the person that we think represents how we believe government should be run. I don't like to say our beliefs, because I don't think government should be forcing our beliefs on anybody else, because that's not right. Just because you believe something doesn't mean the government should force everyone else to believe it too. But represents our belief on how government should be ran. So that's who we're supposed to be voting for, is the person who we think represents how we think government should be ran. Or we can try to game the system. Evolve in the House and say, this is our...
Oh,
it's not bad. Actually, it looks a lot better since you said now.
Man, no, I've been spending all this time. It's 1 minute telling my people to come over here, and it just keep processing. They want. I've been waiting for like 10 minutes, and it's just a 1 minute saying, hey, come over to the cast. I'm
I
here.
thought you were big time on YouTube. You had all that bandwidth and stuff.
I don't know what's going on. This is literally
Rogan's probably
60 seconds and it's still stuck on problem. So
Joe
my people
Rogan's
don't-
probably broadcasting right now. So.
This is crazy. So I uploaded it again. That's why you see 2 processing, because I was like, maybe this got stuck. I don't know.
You just bogged it down even more. But anyways, the other reason to vote is
You already started?
because you believe.
I gotta get used to looking down there
No, it's up here.
now. Oh shoot.
Yeah, I'm still using the same camera.
Oh, you are.
My button broke though on the mic.
So we're not on the mic audio?
Yeah, the mic's working. You just can't see the lights like way inside
Oh.
now. The button broke.
It looks good. You got a little blue action though. Blue chroma key action.
No, the chroma key, I can't get it to work on this thing. So
Yep.
I think I need to do the camera adjust thing or whatever.
2 beats. What's
I've been on the phone with
I can see my suntan. You can tell I wear my headband outside, so you can see where the headband is, and then all of the where I got dark with no sunscreen. Can you see that?
you wear sunscreen. You don't get sunburned.
I do. Look at my face and look at where the headband
You can
covers.
get darker, but you don't get sunburned.
I get sunburned, man.
But where it hurts, where you go like this
Oh
and it
no,
hurts.
nothing hurts.
Well, that's a burn. It's not a burn if it don't hurt. You just get darker.
You get darker.
The sun just increases your
I think
melanin
it's
level.
Cocoa butter. I just noticed that.
It's cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter makes me back to my color,
I
which
was
is up here. This is my color.
I was just talking about stuff that was important.
Oh shoot! Never mind. Let's go.
That's all right.
So
'cause
we were talking about vote.
I already
You
told
said-
everybody why they should be voting. How they
Okay.
should be voting.
Dang
You should
it.
be
I
voting.
want my people to hear this too, because I want them to know about your third.
All right,
party
we'll wait.
and stuff.
Nobody listening anyways.
I
I
need to
don't
get
think
this up.
Debbie and Kesa, they had a hell of a day, so they were like, y'all better be getting on there because
Oh
we
really?
need to laugh."
Oh shoot! Well, we've all had.
I know all of us had
I was
a
at the factory.
crazy. Was it a Monday today?
I was at a cheese factory today.
I would love being at a cheese factory.
I was.
I would
That's why I
die.
had to get jeans because I put on the helmet, the hard hood, and I had a face guard because I was on the floor. I was there, planning a field trip because they're like, well, you want to bring how many kids? But we've never done nothing like that before, so I figured. I said, well, can I have a, I'm a program director too, so I have a good instinct on how to set up a lesson plan. So if you let me come in the factory, see them working, seeing how that I can see what we could plan for
You went
a
like dressed
kid.
like that?
Huh? I had my jeans. No, I had my community evolved white shirt.
Okay. I was like, go ahead.
This
I'm the program director.
no, I didn't.
What?
I had to have my white shoes. I didn't have from the bottom down, but then I had my polo community evolved white shirt. This I just woke up when I got the message. I heard the ding from you. I was like, I was like, let me get up, and I just grabbed the shirt. I don't even know why I threw it. I was just okay. So let me re-upload.
Hold up. Here we go.
Restart. I'm gonna restart my phone.
There it is.
Gonna happen.
I do love the banners on this thing.
Oh shoot!
You can do the banners and stuff.
We do. All right. So we got 2 people. Give me a second.
So I wonder if I could do that. Let me do this. Let me.
So you got your banner. Hey,
bring
up. Bring up with the post office. We should talk about that too, since we're dealing with election and voting and stuff. The post office thing.
Oh, the mail thing.
Yeah,
Oh
the
man,
mail.
see, I forgot to call my brother.
Mhm.
Tell me he should get on here. I should just ninja invite him, huh?
Ninja about him.
He probably. Nope, that's.
Hey, I like that.
No, I want. No, see, I want it over. I was trying to put it over here to see if it works if I do this.
Yeah, I need a
See if it
haircut. I
works.
need a bunch of stuff, man, going on in my life.
See, it still doesn't work. Should just no, that wouldn't work either.
What are you trying to do? Hey, if you're here, you just joined us. We're just still setting up. Welcome.
Oh, I was trying to put the evolve over here.
Oh, over
but I
there.
couldn't-
Cool.
Yeah, and no, I couldn't do it.
That'd be cool. Then you will be Joe Rogan it up with those type of
Mm-hmm.
tags
Yeah.
and effects.
No, we need a big table with some funny looking.
Nah, this is good because you got the mic and it's being shown and the laptop. You got it, man.
It's not bad. It's not bad for just throwing, except the green screen all messed up.
If we get the green screen right,
well,
then
look
we
at
would
it's blurry.
We're looking
this camera,
professional.
This camera,
We're looking better,
There we
man.
go. It's old.
God, I got sunburned, man.
I don't see no sunburn, dude. Does anybody else see him sunburned? You don't get sunburned. Burns hurt. Sunburn.
Do you see where
burn.
the headband was? Because I
Yeah.
you can
I can
see
that. I can see the line.
and you can see this part. That was
You
no
got like
headband.
kind of reverse raccoon eyes. Is that what you're talking about? Like your eyes are lighter than like your cheeks.
Wow,
and stuff?
face. No one told me this. Shame on those people. They see me walking around looking like
So what I was talking about is how people like to think, the people who say that you're wasting your vote,
Mhm.
right? What they're saying is, or this is the other one. It's not really the waste. This is the one where they say if you vote for Joe Jorgensen, that's the same as voting for Biden, or if you vote for Joe Jorgensen, that's the same as voting for Trump.
But for Trump, I hear that.
I hear, yeah. Well, we have people from both sides, so I hear it from both, right? And I'm like, wow, it's like I'm getting 3 votes, but I'm voting for Joe, and then they're saying I'm voting for Biden. This guy's saying I'm voting for Trump. But anyways, so what for those people, this is what I like to think, where they think that somehow you're gaming the system, right?
Right.
Which is absolutely not the way our republic was designed. It was not designed for you to game the system. For one, our election is not a game. Governing this country is not a game.
Exactly.
There should not be teams. You know what I mean? You should not be rooting for a team. It should not be okay for your party that you believed in your entire life to put up a complete idiot and you think that you have to vote for him because that has been your team.
It's funny you said election is not a game, but while all at the same time we have a game show host as president.
Is he a game show? It was a game show. He was
Yeah,
reality TV
show.
host.
It's a game show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was kind of right.
It's a
The
game
apprentice thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so those people that are
Whatever.
trying to game the system, right? This is what they believe. They believe that, and I'm going to put it in perspective for you, how ridiculous it is. They believe that their single vote, that this one single vote, will somehow change the outcome from what would be like, well, in Texas, because we always vote red, Republican always wins Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That this one vote, that this person's one vote for Biden will somehow flip Texas and make it blue. Just that one vote. And that Texas being blue will somehow flip the whole country and Biden will win. And it will be because of that one person's vote.
That one person.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. There's never been a time when one single vote has ever made the difference in a presidential election. Mainly because it's the Electoral College. So, I mean, literally, it would have to, your state would have to be the flip. Your vote would have to be the flip in the state, and the state would have to be the flip in the presidency, which is just astronomically unreal. And I think it was designed that way because I think we already know that, like, especially John Adams and George Washington, I mean, especially those two, they were dead set against the two-party system. George Washington was so dead set against it, he didn't even pick a party. He would not even be. He's the only unaffiliated president we've ever had. He's like, absolutely no president, no party. And he even said that it would be the downfall of this country to allow a two-party system. George Washington, founding father. So I think they designed the Constitution. These are the writers of the Constitution. And they designed the Electoral College system that way so that a third party could compete in a two-party system through the Electoral College. They just have to stop the Democrat Republicans from getting 270. Then it goes to the House and stuff. That happens.
Right.
But I think that they did not want it to where the popular vote would choose the president. That is exactly what they did not want, because they knew that population centers would then be picking the president and everybody else's vote wouldn't matter. So across the country, like your farmers and middle America and all your, industrial areas and stuff where, outside of urban areas, the government officials, the federal government would only have to cater to the population centers. And the reason why it shouldn't be that way is because the federal government needs to be focused on the entire country. You have to remember that the way our Constitution was written was state governments were supposed to have more power than the federal governments. So state governments could choose to focus on urban areas or other different areas within their states. So, but the federal government should be focused on the entire country. And the only way to do that is with the electoral college system. So a representative government at the state level can represent every area within the state and allow everybody that kind of representation. See, the people that are complaining that we should go to a popular vote, they're the same people that are complaining that the federal government needs to have more power, which is exactly opposite of what they're doing. If the federal government did not have so much power, then the electoral college wouldn't matter as much. You know what I mean?
What you're saying.
If you're upset because the population centers are, the heavily populated areas aren't getting enough attention, it's because the states don't have the power to give them that attention. So,
all right, now I can.
So it's a lot of madness.
I just need to restart.
There's a whole thing on Basecamp I want to bring up that's all about the wasted.
That's very well explained. You said enough for us all. It finally got uploaded, so now I can unprivate it. Looks like I just need to restart my phone.
I could go through it all over again. I probably wouldn't.
Let's see.
Sure, we'll allow it. So we have a whole area. Here it is, overcoming the wasted vote fallacy. Relevant memes. We have memes in Basecamp. I didn't know this.
Everything is awesome.
Clipboard.
Everything's awesome, people. Politics, it seems, has been concerned with what is right or left instead of what is right or wrong for far too long.
Wow, that's actually, I like that.
Yes. Libertarians have top-notch meme game.
Impressive.
Our meme game is off. Look at this.
Yeah. Aye. Public, save.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that one up on that.
All right, libertarian.
Russian roulette, American roulette.
Hey, okay, it's on. Election, who to vote for? No more.
Oh, who to vote for?
Yeah.
Hey, did you listen to Ice Cube? That Ice Cube?
I
that
didn't.
sent you? Let's listen to that. Let me throw that up real quick.
Let me put this on the charger, and that's it. So now.
That's right.
What did he say? You'll play it. I can react live.
Yeah, I'll get it set up right now. Did you? Oh, so he didn't watch it. I sent it to him. He didn't watch it. Anybody else watch that? Woo! Republicans were trying to kick us off the ballot in Texas. They always trying to do something though, man. Haters. Hey, man, if you're in here, say hi. Looks like chat's dead, man. Y'all put me to sleep.
Oh boy.
Putting me to sleep. I forgot where I sent it to you.
Oh.
I sent it to you, and that's why you didn't see it, because I sent it to you. And
All right. It's up.
I want everybody to see it, though. Oh, there we go. There we go.
The contract with Black America.
Oh no, that's the. Did you see? Have you seen this yet?
I haven't.
We're gonna have to read that too. But I want.
So you got.
That's what he's talking about here. I want to see his. Is there anything private or personal on here?
Welcome one, welcome all to the Late Show.
Feels late for us.
So you have Ice Cube.
Yeah, we got Ice Cube, a special guest.
But what's in it
Got
for
one.
us?
1.2 million views.
Okay. Let's see what Ice Cube had to say. I'm interested.
We're gonna make that 1.2 million and one right now.
If I had to guess, because I haven't seen this, I know he was he did the whole F the police, so
Oh,
NWA.
oh yeah. He wasn't in NWA.
What am I thinking about?
Easy.
It wasn't Ice Cube. No. Yeah,
Easy E was in NWA.
Ice Cube was too.
Was Ice Cube in NWA?
I'm pretty sure.
He might have been.
Yeah, Ice Cube or
I'll give
Ice
that
T.
one to you. Oh, there we go. We can go full screen.
Yeah, it was Ice Cube. Of course, come on.
Can't know he was that old.
I'm a hip hop reactor. I gotta know this stuff.
You're supposed to know this stuff.
Yeah.
We can go. Let's try this one. So it looks better.
You got another Dave
Should we do this
backer?
one? Dave, what's up, Dave? Easton Ma, Massachusetts.
All right, welcome.
Welcome. Are you a libertarian, Dave, as well? Should we go this way or
That works.
that way?
Yeah.
Keep them small. I gotta look behind my laptop. All right, here we go.
I want to hear this.
Democratic National Party held a convention. A lot of people, getting up there and talking. Everybody really, eating it up, throwing their hands in the air like they just don't care damn near. So it's what I didn't hear is what's in it for us? What's in it for the Black community besides the same old thing we've been getting from these parties? What's in it for us for real? I didn't hear anybody mention a contract with Black America. And I don't know why, because it's one of the most comprehensive reform documents that's come about in a long time that can really address the problem. The way it look, they don't have a plan. Everybody's, talking about get Trump out, get Trump out, get Trump out. If you vote, that's going to happen on the first day. So now what? Trump out, now what? What? What do we get in the first 100 days? That's what we're trying to figure out. What do we actually get that they could give us overnight like that? They just pulled $3 trillion out their ass and gave it to their friends. That's American taxpayer money. That's your money that they just gave away. And then there's 42% of Black businesses closing. None of that money. Where's our fucking bailout? Where's the bailout? Not the PPP loan that they didn't give us. Where's the bailout?
That they didn't give us. You're right.
I don't want to hear about deficit. I don't want to hear about what our generations gonna have to pay. Because if we don't have shit, they ain't gonna have shit anyway to pay nothing. So we gotta start something right now. Democrats don't seem like they got a plan. Republicans don't seem like they got a plan for us. So how the hell you gonna vote for them? Make them earn that vote. They can start today. They ain't got it yet. They can start today. Make their ass earn that vote, man. Stop playing with these people, and they'll stop playing with you.
Man, he on point. Oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what though. I mean, it is.
I don't. Scratching the surface, man. He's really scratching the surface on what's going on. But he's on point. He's telling you
It's on point.
they don't care about you. They don't care about you, and they're not going to care about you as long as you keep voting for them. When they're not keeping their promises and they're not doing what they say they're going to do, when they're not offering you anything, then why do you keep voting for them?
Yeah.
That's my thing. And it's they're not. Even if they say they are, they're still not. Every 4 years we go through this with the presidential election where these jokers just stand up there behind the microphones and say whatever the hell they can or think they need to say in order to rally just enough people to win.
Yeah, he said, he had a big point. They were able to bring $3 trillion. Let's make $3 trillion, and
Then it went to their friends. It didn't go to you.
yeah, well, 1,200 did. 1,200 went to us. The other.
Yeah, the other one, actually, the $3 trillion is a lie. It was about $6 trillion for one.
All those
And
trillion
five-
dollars,
five
and we got
point-
1,200.
$5.4 trillion went to their buddies and to fund the federal government.
He was so rich.
It's about 500. About 500 actually. 500 actually went to the people, to the businesses, small businesses, and to the people. And then the small businesses were mostly loans. So, like he was saying, the PPP loans.
There were businesses that actually got that, like your mom and pop and your bakery and stuff like that. And that was a smoke screen just to say that we did something. But there were if you were a franchise, you got it. But the franchise ones got it.
It's absolutely not necessary. We're arguing the argument that they want us to argue, whether they were right, whether they were wrong. Did they help? Does the government help us? Is it harmful to it? No, man. The government just needs to butt the hell out. That's the problem. They are the problem, is we've given them too much power, period. They shouldn't have even had the power to give $3 trillion away. They shouldn't have had the power to shut down the economy.
To give your money away.
To shut down the economy, to create an emergency so they could borrow $3 trillion from the feds and from the Fed, the Federal Reserve, in order to fund their buddies.
Yeah.
They should not have had that power. They have too much power. They have too much control of your life, and people don't even realize it, It's like what Ice Cube was saying. He's saying that, I don't care about a deficit. I don't care about generations having to pay for this, because what he's talking about is the $26 trillion in debt that we have now and growing. But, he's okay with growing that debt some more if it can save this 47% of black businesses that have went under. And he's absolutely right, because why did these 47% of black businesses go under? Because they were probably in low income areas that got hit super hard when they did this economic shutdown. They're in heavily urban environments ran mostly by Democrats who locked the whole city down immediately as soon as they had permission.
Yeah, I understand that. Most people, a lot
and businesses can't survive if they don't have customers.
And businesses, and especially people, because I've been in the low income and I've been there, and I can tell you it's demoralizing, and you are one paycheck, you're one paycheck away from being homeless, and it's a scary feeling, and you know it. And
Oh yeah.
and that's to give you insight on how that is. That's how everyone thinks, and it's scary, especially when you got kids. It's even more fearful. But a lot of people think that a lot of people don't even know one of the biggest fears, in those communities, especially people with kids, and especially my own mom. There is this fear of being homeless. I mean, there's this fear of not having any help, not having anything to turn back on. And I think that's why, and that's the big reason why so many African Americans, they flock to the Democratic Party, or they flock to these different parties, because they give out these, what they feel is a lifeline. They give out these, okay, here's HUD housing just in case. Here's
But
some food
that's
stamp,
not the help. Handouts are not
in,
the helping hand that people need.
just in case. Yeah. And because that fear, like I said, fear drives people. So the more fear you put in them, the more you can control. And that's how I know our communities and how these parties, they control. It's the same formula: fear you up, and then say, here, take this drug. Whether it's drugs, whether it's welfare, or whether it's whatnot. But it all starts with fear. Where there is no fear, I mean, I think a lot of it, where there is no fear, the people soar, the people flourish, But yeah, that was, and I can, been there, another. But yeah, man. But like you were saying, that's not the help. It actually.
So let me answer a couple of these questions here. So, not Libertarian Dave said, yeah, people still can't get health insurance. Explain that. Because government's involved is up to their elbows involved in the medical industry, period. So the cost, for one, because of government regulation in the pharmaceutical industry and in the medical industry, I don't know why government has to have anything to do with our medical care or what kind of drugs we decide we want to take. But they do. They're up to their elbows in it. And because of that regulation, it's raised the cost of healthcare through the roof, mostly because of government. That's why the healthcare costs so much in the United States. I was just talking to a guy at church who goes to Juarez to buy his insulin, because he can get insulin. He can get like 30 injections of insulin for like $100, compared to like $600 per injection or something, like some crazy amount that they charge here. The only problem is that they won't let him bring more than 7 across the border.
Right.
That's the government regulating again. Like insulin injections, because if he brings more than 7, I guess he's intent to distribute insulin. Insulin? Yeah, because it's a narcotic, I guess, now, or something. Smuggling insulin. Tell me how that makes sense. But anyway, so he has to go there every week and get his 7 insulin injections and bring them all across the border. It's ridiculous. So that reason, and now, as soon as, let me tell you a story of 2008, when Hillary Clinton, and I don't hate.
So you didn't like Obama?
But I do not like the Clintons, period, especially Hillary, because she's directly responsible for having 4 of my brothers in the military killed in Benghazi. So I have no love for Hillary whatsoever. But in 2008, she was running against Obama for the Democratic nomination. The reason why Obama won, let me tell you, Obamacare's medical, the whole thing was about medical insurance, right? So, or not medical insurance, but universal health care. How are we going to provide government-funded health care for the entire country? That was the Democrats' main thing that they were running on. Hillary Clinton's health care plan was based mostly on like a Canadian system or a Germany system, where you pay more taxes and then the government just provides your health care for you. So you go to the hospital, you just get treated. completely wiped out the insurance industry completely. They would not have been involved at all. And then Obamacare, as we know, was using the insurance industry in order to, making sure everybody had medical insurance. So that was Obama's plan. So guess who funded Obama's entire campaign against Hillary? The medical insurance industry, HMOs, millions and millions of dollars they funneled into Obama to get him elected so that he would create Obamacare and make it mandatory for everybody to get insurance. And I don't know, another thing y'all probably don't remember, but auto insurance wasn't always mandatory either. And you could get auto insurance for about $20 a month back in the day. Before it was mandatory, it was like $20 a month. And that was like for a 20-year-old, because parents would do that for their kids because they're irresponsible and they figure they're going to crash their cars. So they would pay the $20 a month for auto insurance for their kids. Well, as soon as the government stepped in and said, hey, it's mandatory, instantly quadrupled the amount of insurance. Same thing happened when they said that medical insurance was mandatory. Instantly quadrupled. I watched my wife's paycheck, her medically funded health insurance, double and then double again. So that would be quadruple the amount. Double twice. Every time they had one of those gateways for Obamacare. They're like, oh, we're going through the other gateway on October 1st. As soon as we go through that gateway, her next paycheck doubled the amount of what her employer-provided medical insurance was costing. So why can't people still get health insurance? Because it's too expensive. If it was still a competitive market where it wasn't mandatory and the government would get their hands out of it, then it would be competitive again and people could shop around, get insurance that they wanted. They could offer different things. Maybe you don't care about pre-existing conditions. There's a cheaper policy here that doesn't offer pre-existing conditions. You go grab that one up. Maybe you're a healthy guy like this that never goes to the doctor and never gets sick. He'd be like, you know what? I just want that catastrophic. That's all I need is that catastrophic care. I'll pay $200 a year for some catastrophic care. If I get cancer or terminally ill, get ran over by a truck, I got some insurance. You know what I mean? That's it. So you could shop around. So the reason why people still can't get health insurance is because the government's involved. And they can only do one thing, and that is screw everything up, which they're really good at. Okay, so now Lou must have missed the whole first 10 minutes. Oh, because she's cooking dinner. Dinner smells great too, so we're gonna have to wrap this up fairly quick. But people don't have health insurance though. They didn't. They were the whole time. There's like 4 million people still don't have health insurance. They had health, and then what happened when they got health insurance? MRI costs went from like $800 to like $6,000 because now you got insurance, right? So then the insurance rates go up. So yeah, you got insurance, but you're paying through the teeth for it, and now it's mandatory. So some guy like this who never gets sick is forced to pay for insurance.
Rates went crazy.
Yeah, and employer rates went crazy. So I mean, it put businesses out of business because they couldn't afford to pay for their health insurance of their employees. So the employees who were like, "Oh, we get to get health insurance," are like, "Oh no, now we get to go find a job." And the health insurance was nothing like anything anybody would want anyways. The copays are through the roof. It was like a copay was like $10 or $20. Now copays are like $100. Yeah. Most things aren't covered. Pre-existing, you can't use your doctor. You got to go to whatever doctor they send you to. So now it's like literally the bureaucrats and the insurance industry is choosing how you get treated. And you don't have a choice in the matter because you have to use insurance. And the insurance industry doesn't have to compete because it's mandatory.
Yeah, you can get fined too. People are getting fined for
at least I think Trump got rid of that, right? Where they were fining people for not having insurance.
Not having
like
insurance.
You can't afford insurance, so now we're going to fine you.
Yeah.
So now you have to pay the fine and still get insurance.
And if you try to go outside of your, if you go outside of the list of doctors, like.
What's interesting is that
you can get fined. Like you have to.
So
go
if
to
I
a
like me
particular-
going to doctor,
you have to when you register for Obamacare, you have to go to a particular set within your division. They call it. There's a doctor.
who's in your
They
region
call-
or whatever.
Yeah, who's
or,
in there? They call it some fancy word. But if you don't
Yes.
go into that, you can get penalized. You get penalized, and you
Uh-huh.
end up having to pay.
in
Some people
network in your network.
Yeah,
It
network.
has to be in
yeah,
your network.
Yeah, in your network. If you go outside of your network, you can get penalized and fined. It's so weird, dude. So
It's funny because remember what I always say. I always say that you should never support. Let's actually not me. It was a quote from like a Harvard or a Yale professor who said you should never support a law you're not willing to kill to defend or to uphold. Right? Should never support a law that you're not, because that's what it comes down to. That's the ultimate end of what happens when the government makes a law. So when they made, it's funny because medical, right, is supposed to be healthy for you. We're gonna pass a law where everybody gets health insurance. But then if you don't pay, we're gonna fine you. And if you don't pay that fine, then some people are gonna come knocking on your door with guns. And if you don't go with them, they're going to shoot you and kill you. So how's that for helping your health? And that's what it always comes down to. Hey, no problem, man. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. It's and it's like I really try to look at. I always trying to look at things that to read between the lines because they're good, man. I mean, they're really good. I'm not that good, but they're especially Obama. I mean, that dude could talk.
yeah.
That dude's, I mean, somebody got mad at us because they thought we were supporting Obama about his speech at the DNC just because we were saying he is such a good talker. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue that guy could talk. He could sell bathing suits to Eskimos, man. I'm telling you.
I also saw about they didn't even know I had.
I lost the sub. You didn't even know you had. I'm unsubbing. You guys too, I think.
Did
I think somebody else jumped on there and was like, "What is this about?" Unsubbing.
Unsubbing.
But, that's funny. So I guess Lou missed the whole first 10 minutes where I was talking about the wasted vote. Everyone tells me that when I say I vote third party, they say because of people like you, blah, blah will win. Thanks for helping blah, blah win. So it's your fault that Trump won because you voted for Gary Johnson. That's hilarious because put it in perspective for them. Say, you know what? If I would have voted for Biden like everybody else in El Paso did, then that would have made absolutely no difference in the election because Trump won Texas anyways, even though everybody in El Paso voted for Biden because it's the electoral college system and you have to win the whole state. So if you think your one little single vote is going to make an ounce of difference in this state, you're wrong. So that's the one argument you can make. And then the other argument you make is, and it falls in line with that, is if you think you can game the electoral or the election system with your one vote, then you're a fool. I would rather waste my vote than be a fool. Your vote is supposed to be a representation of how you think government should be ran. It's not supposed to be, my team versus your team. That's the short answer to how you explain that to people. Mm-hmm. And then and without even trying to convince them to vote for third parties, because chances are if they're telling you that you're wasting your vote, they're so hardcore of a Trump supporter or Biden Democrat or Republican supporter that you're not going to convince them anyways. So best to just walk away. Be like, I'm not voting. I'm not wasting my vote. I'm voting for who I believe will do the best for this country. What are you doing? And you just walk away. Simple as that. I mean, there's some more. We got some more stuff in here.
So we'll
we have a whole discussion in here.
So will Trump win? In November.
So
I read this article about this professor. It changed. Okay, go ahead.
Now, on the wasted, we call it a wasted vote fallacy.
Fallacy. Okay.
So I'm going to just read some comments from some other libertarians that are part of the Joe Jorgensen campaign with myself. coordinators and stuff. I'm the regional coordinator for West Texas for the campaign. So this one says the wasted vote fallacy is a common form of coercion by the old parties. Consider this: if you're not voting to defend your individual rights, you're likely being manipulated with guilt or fear to vote for someone who does not believe in individual rights. At minimum, a vote for Joe Jorgensen will bring us closer to tripartisanship, the next step to restoring citizen government and credibility to our justice system.
That's a phenomenal answer. Wow.
Libertarians, man. Libertarians are on it, man.
Yeah, that's so true. It's just trying to. She's saying it's more of a conspiracy. The Democrats and Republicans really built that whole theory.
Oh, it absolutely is a conspiracy.
They actually built that whole dialogue. Hey, don't
absolutely.
vote for them.
Look up Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, now is not the time to be voting for somebody who doesn't have a chance to win. That was an attack directly on third-party candidates. I mean, they used Michelle Obama. That's like their nuke in order to try to push that message forward, not to vote for third-party candidates, which tells you right there that at least the Democrats are scared to death of third-party candidates. I think it's because a lot of the policies that Joe's running on, a lot of the stuff that's coming out about, she's attacking Democrats on their own turf. Like, you all are all inclusive LGBTQ? No, you're not. That would be us. You guys are legalized drugs. Well, why is Biden against it? And why is Kamala Harris throwing thousands of African Americans in jail for possessing a plant? Nope, that would be us also. So I think the Democrats see the libertarians as actually attacking them on their own turf and have them really, really worried, even though I think the Democrats are throwing the election anyway. So. I do. I think the Democrats absolutely have no intent. They're probably not even going to spend any money on this election.
I don't think so.
Not near. I bet. I'm telling you. I think when they said,
I used to think that Trump was going to win, but then I heard the professor. He had been wrong. I'm convinced.
So Joe's going to win. Yeah. Joe's going to win it.
I've been looking at his history.
Joe Jorgensen's going to win it.
I don't know who's going to win, but this guy said Trump ain't going to win, and I am convinced by this stuff that I've researched about this guy.
So he's probably going to come back and be like, well, he didn't win the popular vote.
No, he's been right every time.
So he's going to win he's not going to win the presidency.
He even went a step further. He has been right for the past 15 years on who the Democrat and Republican will pick as a VP. He has never been wrong about that. He has said it well before. It's been insane. He has.
So he knows that he picked Kamala Harris.
He had picked the VP, yes, and they had brung it up. He brung up. He's through his algorithm. You got to look it up. And
he's got an algorithm.
Yeah, he's got an algorithm. He said that Joe. That he put this up in March. He put it up in March to the school that Kamala Harris was going to be the VP in March. It was insane. And they had articles in the school and a professor, and he had a Twitter post, and they had all this evidence. He's been predicting this stuff. It's insane. So he said Trump, and everyone's VP. When I start to look in that, and I was like, whoa, how? That's crazy. So yeah, he has.
I haven't really looked into this dude yet.
Dude, you gotta look into him. I'm telling you, you're going to be amazed. I'm amazed. And I don't get amazed by stuff like that. When it comes to the internet, my thing is that everything is fake and a lie unless proven right. So he's improved. It's real. It is right. And this guy, his track record, I'm going based off his track record. I totally 100% believe that, man, there's no way Joe Biden, no way anyone beating Trump. No, Trump is going to be the next president. I'm not
I forgot I could put the comments up on the screen.
There's a professor, there's a doctor, and maybe we'll do a whole thing on that. We need to do an episode on that. This guy. I'm gonna tweet it. I'm gonna see if he will come on. I'm gonna tweet it. I'm gonna see if he will come on. Oh, okay. So yeah. Whew. It's intense, man.
This contract for black people is
It's a long contract.
it's long, yeah. Contract with Black America. Yeah, it's
Wow.
reduced. Oh, so they getting into the nitty gritty with this thing. I want to read this.
Yeah.
Reduce contact during traffic ticketing. Officer must immediately tell the driver why he or she was pulled over. Well, that should be, yeah, exactly. You're right. Cannot search a vehicle without an independent warrant.
Mm-hmm. Says that the police are not allowed to escalate a situation just because they refuse to talk.
Exactly.
Refuse to talk.
Yeah, you should not have to speak. That's Miranda, too. Police officers caught stealing from a person's house or vehicle will be charged with double the penalty a non-officer would be charged with for the same crime. Military-grade weapons will not be brandished in public unless gunfire or deadly force is required. Eliminate civil and criminal asset forfeiture. Hey, there's a party there's a
grade weapons out at protests. I remember that.
this one here. Oh, you know what? I could show this. Can I just make it full screen? Yeah, I can just go full screen with it. So this is what we're looking at. So we're not leaving you all out. Oh, let's do it this way. So we're looking at the contract with Black America. So, look, qualified immunity. Oh no, that's not qualified immunity. I'm sure it's in here though.
Yeah.
Venture capital and private equity funds take money from police unions or other public entities must invest 13.4% of their total funds in Black-owned businesses. According to Axios, only 1% of venture capital-backed founders were Black between 2013 and 2018. Wonder what the rationale is behind that. So 13.4%. So what I'm thinking is that 13.4%, is that the population of Black America? Is 13.4% of America?
I don't know.
I think that's
Yeah,
what that percentage number is referenced to. I think I've read this. Yeah, right here. National Black population currently approximately 13.4%.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they've used it for. So every bank in the United States each year must lend in each category of loan, credit, mortgage, etc., a minimum of 13.4% to Black-owned businesses or individuals across the category or instrument of financing involved. Rates on Black loans federally and from banks to the same average rates as whites. Well, that should be that should be a given right there.
Yeah, that.
But this part
But
right
that
here,
part
this
where
part
you're
here
telling
is
people, what
you're
they
telling them
want.
who they can loan money to,
Yeah, that's
or
not-
who
yeah,
they have
yeah.
to loan money to.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to fly. I mean, you're not leaving any leeway if the person's not otherwise qualified. You're forcing banks to loan money to people who quite probably are, and loaning money in and of itself can be detrimental. I mean, you put somebody in so much debt that you end up causing more harm than good. That's what happened in 2008 with the housing crisis. Is people's loans ended up ballooning on them and they couldn't pay it. You know?
It's just a form. It's just weird to me that word. I don't know. It's kind of a racial.
Ban all privately run prisons.
It's like saying, hey, you have to loan to them because they're this color. It's just crazy.
Prison labor not allowed without consent. Prisoners to be compensated at the minimum wage and hazardous pay provided for applicable duties.
Interesting.
Declare the Ku Klux Klan a terrorist organization. Maybe should terrorists? Do you think they're terrorists?
Prison labor not allowed without consent. I don't know about that one. I'm kind of torn between.
Well, they actually are contradicting themselves here. they're going against their own what they actually want. Privately run prisons that aren't funded by the government. So if it was a for-profit prison, not a privately run prison, but a for-profit prison would pay their prisoners, but the prisoners would have to pay for their own room and board as well because it wouldn't be coming out of taxpayer funds. So there is a way to do it, and it would have to be oversight would have to come from a legitimate court. You know what I mean by a legitimate court, like quality judges and stuff that are not bought and paid for by private corporations. So more than likely, you'd have to have nominated judges that are overseeing it. Because if they're elected judges, then the private prison industry could be funding their campaigns, and the judges could be providing the prison labor that they need, and you get that whole corruption thing going. So and then you get the government that provides oversight over the judges. So that's how that happens. Like it's supposed to happen.
So where are you standing with the whole someone that's been deemed a criminal can the as far as the prison saying, hey, you do this and now you do that, and like so you're with that? I mean, you don't believe that they should have that right? These wardens, what they call the wardens and the guards and stuff. I mean, you've been deemed a criminal, and you're in there. I don't know. I think that's all. I'm okay with it. I don't know. To say no, you can't tell me what to do. No.
Well, the thing is if you can't compensate prisoners minimum wage and give them hazardous pay for providing the labor, that unless they're working off their crime, you know what I mean? Like, where's that money going? If it's going just back it shouldn't be going into the prison industry. It should be going. I mean, they should be working to pay for their room and board in the prison, and then paying for restitution to their victims if there is any. But at no point should that. See, right now it's for profit. The prison system is basically just a big profit thing where all the prison labor and everything just goes to fund these private companies that own the prisons. So it's a whole nother corrupt system because governments regulated it and controlled it and allowed it. So
you don't believe in them telling them what to, you can't labor with. All right. Oh, okay.
I don't know how you would stop them, either. It's just free all prisoners for marijuana possession. There's only one presidential candidate that's talking about freeing all prisoners of marijuana possession.
Oh, yeah, free those.
Yeah, possessing a plant. But there's only one presidential candidate that's talking about doing that, and that would be Joe Jorgensen, by the way.
I like that one.
Eliminate laws establishing mandatory minimums. That's another Joe Jorgensen campaign. Spike talks about it all the time, our vice presidential candidate. Eliminate 3 strike laws. Absolutely. Another libertarian principle right there. First offense for illegal drug use or possession to require government payment for entry into an approved drug. No, that's not libertarian. So the government's going to pay for somebody to go into a drug. So I have to pay for somebody gets addicted to drugs, and now I have to pay for them to go to drug rehab. No, they should provide some kind of service that provides some kind of profit to that rehabilitation center. So they're paying for their own rehabilitation, which actually would build self-confidence and make them feel better about themselves, because they're learning a trade, they're helping out, they're paying their own way. You know what I mean? Yeah, imagine for somebody who's been addicted to drugs down and out on their own, and
they just
giving them handouts doesn't help, but giving them a lift and telling them, hey, you're going to earn your own way. You can earn your own way. You have the ability to do something for yourself. Racism I saw that one too. Racism is a public health crisis and mandates a federal response. Let's see, anything else interesting? Constitutional amendment codifying expansion of the 13th Amendment by the courts.
Oh, prisoners get their voting rights back. after
I
serving
agree
their
with that.
sentence.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Exactly. You should. I don't see why
Yeah,
not.
you served your time.
Yeah.
You know, the drug war, all that stuff is basically, those are all racist laws. Any kind of gun regulation, licensing law for guns is all racist laws. Anything that requires you to pay money to exercise a right is a racist law, because we know that there's more black people living in poverty based off population, and that way, than there are others. So any laws like that are going to be traditionally racist. So when they pass a gun law, that is to keep guns out of black people's hands. When they pass a law that says, oh, you have to take this class in order to shoot, that's to keep guns out of black people's hands, because I can afford to take the class. I can afford to take a day off of work to go take the class. But somebody who's making $10 an hour, barely scraping by, or like you said, wondering the paycheck to paycheck whether they're going to be homeless or not, they're not going to take the time to go take that class. So, and then the same thing with drug laws, because this is one thing I got caught up when I was a kid. I needed $500. I needed $500 in a hurry. I had like $60. Somebody was like, well, you could buy a gram of weed for $60, break it down into dime bags, and you'll make $500 off of it. That's what I did. Literally from $60 to $500 in a week. That fast. So, and that's what attracts a lot of people who are living in poverty, which happens to be a lot of African Americans. So drug laws traditionally end up being disproportionately directed at low-income families or impoverished neighborhoods, because let's face it, they don't go around arresting people in Beverly Hills for drug possession, but they sure will in Compton and Watts. I grew up in LA, so all those laws end up. That's why the incarceration rate amongst Black America is higher than it is. Again, taking in context population rates. 13.4% of the population is Black, but like 70% of the incarceration rate's Black or something like that. Some crazy, insane number like that, because of drug laws and gun laws and all these other laws. So they're all racist laws, and it's funny because they're all supported by Democrats who say, if you don't vote Democrat, then you're not Black.
You ain't Black.
Right?
Gotta play my clip next.
I know. I should play your That was a good one. I said I'm not Black.
We gotta have to take a cast to go through this. This is interesting. This whole thing. We gotta take it. This technology act I was looking at is pretty funny. Action plan. We gotta take some time to go through this. It's got some interesting talking points.
Techno.
Yeah, you got some interesting talking points.
Technology deserts, huh? So there's technology deserts in poor neighborhoods, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Reforming or codifying the expansion of the 13th Amendment.
Oh, snap. And then police reform. Don't get me started. We'll be here
Look at-
another hour or two.
Here it is. These are all libertarian principles, again, ending qualified immunity. The legislation that is actually put forth already in the federal government by the libertarian representative from Michigan, Justin Amash, to eliminate qualified immunity. So that's already a libertarian one. Mandatory malpractice insurance, to be careful. That's not a bad idea. Mandatory malpractice, but the elimination of police unions as well. I think that needs to go. I don't know what that is. Municipalities liable for officers' unconstitutional actions. See, what the municipalities liable for officers' unconstitutional actions. What that means is that, so say Compton, right? Predominantly black neighborhood. So an officer performs some kind of unconstitutional act. So whoever they, say performs an unconstitutional act against me. So he's not protected by qualified immunity. So I sue him because he's liable for violating my constitutional rights. So I sue him. So the Compton, the black community, now has to pay me because the municipality is liable. So when you say municipality and government is liable or government is paid for, y'all have to remember that money comes out of your pocket. That's your money. The government doesn't have any money of its own. The government doesn't create wealth. It can only take. So when I sue that officer for violating my constitutional rights and they give me $1 million, they're going to take $1 million from the black community and give it to me. So you see why that wouldn't work? Why it's not a good idea? Police unions can be held liable and sued for shielding bad cops. Absolutely. They can't do that already?
Eliminate no-knock warrants.
As another libertarian principle, elimination of no-knock warrants. It's another one that, Spike Cohen, the VP, he has a whole list of them.
Yeah, because, the thing is with those no-knock warrants, someone comes storming in my house.
I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, because you don't know. You don't know if it's a criminal or police. You storming in my house, you shoot us. It's just you can't tell. You can't. I can't tell.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is a lot of libertarian principles. A lot of it is very anti-libertarian now. Just saying. Yeah. But yeah, they're got a mix. Yeah. But a lot of it so far, a lot of it is made
bag.
Eliminating civil asset forfeiture. I did a whole video on that a couple weeks ago. I'm just not. I'm not a big fan of
shoot to wound. Okay, I'll take that instead of shoot.
Yeah, we may have to go. It's 10 pages. No, 26 pages. Wow,
it's got some stuff in there.
Yeah, it's got some stats and stuff too. So the problem I have about a lot of these things that the black community comes up with or minority communities come up with is you have to remember when you give the government the power to do something that may benefit you now, it may benefit the other guy later and be detrimental to you. So if you say that, the government should provide services to this neighborhood because it's low income, and then, if that neighborhood becomes not low income anymore, then they're going to take those funds and then, give it to another neighborhood that's considered low income, or they might just change what's viewed as low income. And now you're not low income, but these people are low income because they're the people paying for that candidate's campaign. So that's you always have to look at how can government corrupt this system to where it's going to hurt me in the long run. And it's almost, they are all really good lawyers. So chances are unless you got a really good team of lawyers, are not going to be able to figure out the loophole that they're trying to set up in order to corrupt the system to get them paid. What's up?
No, I was looking at my forehead. Sorry.
It's probably the camera, man. Probably the camera.
No, you're right. No.
So we're gonna go. We're already late for dinner. So we're gonna go get some
stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to.
So, any promises for Thursday?
Somebody say that?
No, I said so.
No, you're just making that up. No, yeah, nothing's happening, man. Got nothing planned, nothing coming up. Matter of fact, I don't even know what we're going to talk about Saturday unless y'all give me some subjects. So,
guys, I'm going to get y'all.
No, he's saying it, not me. So don't come on my Twitter talking about nothing.
He had a new ball me and a G Liberty.
No, he's saying it, not me. I ain't promising nothing. Nothing. For one, I might have something on Thursday.
You guys up on Thursday?
I ain't promising nothing. Nothing. Not me. This guy. Not this guy. No promises.
Do they be on your Twitter?
Let me, before we wrap it up real quick, because I didn't blow you out. I was like, hey, I got an idea for an event. And then you're like, what you got? And I was like,
let's go. I'm hyped.
I was like, you got an event.
one
So this is
a
my
day
idea.
later, nothing.
This is my idea. We'll see, because I know you've been eager to try to get some kind of event going.
Yeah,
Some kind of
I'm an event person.
Yeah.
I'm always down.
So this is my idea. A candidate forum, right? Sort of thing. We're gonna do some free pizza, or we'll get some businesses or whatever to
Yeah.
donate some stuff. Maybe do
Again.
raffle giveaways or whatever. Trying to think of
That's
location, get permission. It's going to be a register to vote event, because the
Okay.
last day to register to vote is, I think, the get out the vote day is, I think, September 22nd, but that's like a Tuesday. I don't want to do it on a Tuesday.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is maybe that Saturday or something, or even Sunday, a register to vote event. Come out. I'm gonna see about becoming a deputy registrar, so I'll be able to register people to vote.
Yeah. They
So,
need those, they need judges, and they call them judges.
And I'll host-
a lot of different
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll host the event. I'll host the event as the libertarian person, because there's no local libertarians running for office right now. So I might be able to get, if I get enough people that are willing to come, then I might be able to get Kerry McKinnon, the Senate candidate, to come.
Okay.
But we can invite Bethany, we can invite Caleb, we can invite some of the other Sam.
Yeah, a bunch
Even
of
if
people.
they're on the same ballot against each other, and then we could give them each like 3 minutes to get up there and talk. Give them 3 minutes, and then take a 5-minute break where nobody's talking.
Oh.
Not a speaker after another. What I'm thinking is, like, one person, like, they can have their little table setups or a little sign set up where they can talk to people. People can come talk to them, but then they'll get like a 5-minute. I'll come up there and be like, "Hey, next up we have, Caleb Warnock's going to come up and speak. Caleb's running for District 4. Bring him up. He gets 5 minutes to talk."
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, when the time's up, we'll set a timer or something. Time's up, be like, wrap it up. He wraps it up and goes. And then that way, we don't have somebody else coming up while people maybe want to come talk to him and ask him questions. So, like, each candidate will be available at their little area for questions after they speak. 10 minutes go by, another speaker comes up. That gives people time to go.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just have
all
some-
these different districts, these people will come out.
Yeah. And just start calling candidates, man.
I mean, because it's literally up on the Texas website. Everyone that's
the
running,
contact,
all their contact.
And I already know those
email.
two. I know Caleb would come, and I know Bethany would
And
come.
and
I know those two,
as long
because
as
both of those
you
know me, and
yeah.
they
they know us. Oh yeah,
they're
they
both.
love-
Yeah,
so
they're both
they're
of you.
definitely coming out.
So.
And yeah, we get, especially is once you get one of these people from each district, then everybody else that's running, you can gather.
Yeah,
oh, they're
Montez are
coming
prob-
in.
Especially
I'm coming
the
in.
incumbents might not show up, but the people that are running against the incumbents
Yeah.
will show up. But if enough of the people running against start showing up, then the incumbents might show up as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So the thing is just getting you're good at that, getting the message out.
yeah, we'll
So
get it out.
we
That's
need
gonna
like a
be big.
location.
That's awesome.
And location, and then we'll go around and we'll get the permission. We got probably 3 weeks.
I love that idea.
You know what I mean? And I know you got a mic and stuff too, a mic and
Yeah.
amp or whatever that they can use to talk. I don't have any of that stuff. I
Yeah.
got this one.
I like it. We can do that. You get up with start emailing them. Get that list.
Start working on that
I'll work on
first.
some of the other stuff.
So like, I'm saying like a candidate forum, like I'll write
That's a
something.
great idea.
I'll write
I
something
like
up
that.
about it, just briefly what
That's
my
awesome.
idea is for it.
You might not
Sponsored by the Libertarian- See, it'll be sponsored-
Flyer.
It'll be sponsored by the Libertarian Party, but taking candidates from all the parties.
Man, I can get almost any company to support all the companies.
Especially if it's
when it
candidates
comes to
from all the
vote, when it
different-
comes to voting or register, I mean, that could be like I said, I can
How can we
take
get
it.
an idea of how many people would be interested in coming? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. I think every single everyone from district, everyone from Caleb's district will come. All five of them.
That's mine. It's this neighborhood right here.
All five candidates. All five.
Oh,
of them.
all five of them. Yeah,
All
probably.
five of
Oh, yeah,
them are
definitely.
gonna come.
You think Sam would come?
Sam would come. Once Sam knows, you get. That's what I'm saying. You get three. Hey, Sam. We got Joe, Caleb, and they're all gonna be out speaking. Same thing with Bethany.
Yeah.
Once you get one, Yeah, hey,
See.
Rachel, I've got Bethany that's going to be coming in speaking. I wanted to see if you want to come out to this event because once you get one, then all the others is like, oh no, that's just how it works. So that's how, like I said, that's what I'm saying. An event like that, man, you just need one, and all of them are going to come. You might have one or two. I forget it, but the majority of all these districts, that's like, that would be huge.
Oh, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
Well, let's shut the stream. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Hey, thank y'all for coming.
Yeah, that's
You know what? Let me show you what I've been doing, man.
Our
friend here. Why is this not go back? Our friend here, right?
right. Oh, I haven't
So-
called.
So this is this.
You.
So this one. So yeah, it's nice, huh? It's been motivating me, man. It's been blessing me. This has been blessing me. You know, I'm serious. You know, I took something right out of their own rule book. If you look, I took right out of the rule book, and I just follow. You know, so but it has been really blessing me though doing this. It has.
And you've been down with it.
Yeah.
You're his down.
So, anyways, the scripture today is Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah? Jeremiah. 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for peace and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. And there's only hope is in freedom.
Leave me alone. Or shut up.
The only hope is in freedom. So
Yes.
there's no hope in oppression. And the only thing government can give you is oppression.
Yeah.
So stop giving them the power, man. Take the power back yourself
Exactly.
and vote gold. It's not a waste to vote for freedom. Peace out. Love
Yeah.
y'all.
KIP, keep it positive, and never deprive someone of hope because sometimes that's all they have left.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. God bless. Love your neighbor.